numbers in the past week or so. Now, the stock is higher in today's trading session, but it's been rather volatile. So let's invite our guest. We have Mr. Vijay Garg, the joint MD of the company, who joins us on the show. Hi, Mr. Garg. Thanks so much for joining in. Well, the last year was a pretty good year for you, and you had that tailwind coming in terms of ibuprofen prices as well. So that's my first question to you. Tell me, what is the update in terms of ibuprofen pricing? I think the last time you joined us, you told us it was at around $15 odd. And also, what should your sales volume targets be for this year? That's FY21. I think the last year you would have wound up with around 9,500 tons or thereabouts.
Yeah, the demand for ibuprofen is increasing, but since the BSF is not fully operational as of now, so the prices are going up. This year, the spot prices has already touched $18. So we expect that this year it will be in the range of $18 to $20. So as far as the numbers are concerned, last year we did around 9,500. This year we are targeting to utilize our full capacity. Like we have a capacity of 12,000 metric ton. So we are quite hopeful that we will touch the number of 11,500 or so.
All right, 11,500 metric tons at around $18. That would be a positive, because the last time you said it was close to around $15 odd. If you could also tell us a little about the capacity utilization. You're targeting optimum capacity for your ibuprofen plant. For your other plants, the methyl acetate plant, what sort of capacity utilization are you at, and what are you targeting?
No, ethyl acetated plant, we are having the capacity of 110,000 tons. So last year we did 85,000 tons. This year we are targeting around 1 lakh ton in ethyl acetate as well. So overall numbers, we are targeting around 20 to 25% growth in total FY21 numbers.
20 to 25% in total sales, that's revenues you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about the revenues. So approximately 2,300.
And in ethyl acetate, you're talking about 85,000 tons.
Yeah, 85,000 ton we have done this year. So next year we are targeting 1 lakh ton capacity. So around 15% in growth in ethyl acetate quantity utilization, you can say. The same is the number.
Okay, all right. Mr. Garg, I just want to come back to that point. I think around 40-50 days ago, we spoke to you and you told us at that point of time, ibuprofen prices were at around $15, per kg. Now you're saying you're expecting it to go to $18 to $20 for the full year. So in the last 45-50 days, have prices moved up? Is that what you're trying to tell us? And is there still a deficit in the global scenario in terms of ibuprofen?
Yeah, if I see in last 40 days, the development is happening, like news are coming in UK. They have tested this ibuprofen for COVID as well as a you can say cheap drug, or you can say low value drug. So that is why the spot prices of ibuprofen are increasing. The spot numbers I have shared that $18 is our current selling price. But coming to the contracts, like we already have the contracts with the companies for our long-term customers. So overall, I am thinking that we will achieve $18 in FY21.
All right, that's a fair point. So overall, irrespective of what the spot prices are, you have contracts, and that ties you in at $18, which is still higher than $15 that we saw about a few days ago. But nevertheless, that is something we will keep on our radar. Mr. Garg, if you could also tell us, what's your dependence on China? Now that there is a clamor to reduce imports coming in from China, what proportion of your raw materials come in from China?
See, if we talk about the total raw materials in, if the numbers we are saying 2,300 crores for FY21, total number comes about 200 crore to 250 crores will be the total import from China. See, we have two major products, ethyl acetate and ibuprofen. If I see ibuprofen, only one ingredient, sodium metal, comes from China. So our team has already developed the process, to come out of sodium metal. Generally, we are keeping an inventory of 6 months for sodium metal with us. If anything happens, so we already have the process in hand. So within 6 months time, we will launch our new process with the sodium hydroxide. Same is with the ethyl acetate. Ethyl acetate, we are importing our ethanol from US, and acetic acid, though presently 50% capacity comes from China. So we have other sources as well, like Taiwan, Malaysia, all other countries, we have acetic acid availability. So in totality, if you see, 85% of the revenue of the company comes from these two products. So we are secure about 85% of the total revenues. Balance 15% comes from our new products. Like we are targeting 300 crores in this year from our new products. There the dependability is there, where we don't have any alternative from China. Though our R&D teams are working on the processes where we can have a new process in place, maybe in next year time. So there we will have some hit on numbers if something goes wrong.
Mr. Garg, what we are trying to get at is that if in fact there is a ban not to do any kind of business with China and not to import anything from China, do you see it as a big hit, or do you believe that you can source it from alternative sources, all your raw material requirement? And just to confirm that, you're not selling anything in China as of now? None of your sales are attributed to China?
We are selling just, you can say, 2% of total sales to China. Like isobutyl benzene goes to China, which is a key starting material of ibuprofen. So apart from this, we are not selling some small quantity of ibuprofen we are selling in China. Otherwise, we are not much dependent. If this is the case that we don't have to sell, we don't have to buy from China, I don't think so that we will be hit by this, because maximum products we have dependability on other countries. Like maximum products, like we have indigenous material available.
All right, Mr. Garg, final question from my end then. We appreciate you coming on the channel and in fact giving us details in terms of how you expect the company to perform in the coming year. But there is one, one query that we always get is, why doesn't IOL have any kind of investor calls? Because a lot of investors would like to interact with the management. In FY21, you think you'll be able to arrange that, because people want to understand the company in further detail?
Yeah, even in our last interaction, you have asked this question. So we already have started the process. Maybe next quarter or quarter 3, we will start the investor calls, definitely. It's already under progress.
Mr. Garg, okay, we'll wait for quarter 2, quarter 3. But in the meanwhile, if you could also tell us, if you have any capex plans, because I see you've prepaid your debt, so that's good for your balance sheet. But are you looking to increase some capacity somewhere now that you're targeting optimum capacity utilizations?
Yeah, we are coming up with the new products. This year, FY21, we have targeted 3 new plants for our new products. Like we are going for expansion in metformin. We are coming up with the gabapentin. We are coming up with a new plant for our clopidogrel and fenofibrate. These 4 products which we have already launched last year, we are coming up with the new projects for dedicated plants for all these 4 products. So we have targeted around 150 to 200 crore capex for the year 21.
And you are going to fund it how?
From the internal accruals only.
All right, fair point, Mr. Garg, for stopping by and giving us that commentary. That's the management of IOL over the